Wow, do you see this? If this is true, complete collapse coming. Look at this here right now, right? So what we're looking at right now is 5 years worth of data on this one particular market through here, right? And down the bottom here in 2020, we had this nice rise. But what is going on through here? This looks like a big, massive 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 years, a big, massive rounding top formation. But this is where it gets even better. Not only are we getting a rounding top massive formation, but check this out. Look at this whole squeezing up pattern through here. Support, 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 support. It actually looks like a bit of an ascending triangle pattern. We actually didn't break up, we broke down. And if this is true, the breakdown, not the break up, and we start to roll over, complete collapse coming out of this one particular market. Guys, leave a comment in the section below. Have a guess what you think this market is, and I'll let you know in just a minute. Let's get straight into it. But before I let you know what this is, let me show you what's going on with the actual stock market itself right now, guys. And we can go through just a bit of a market update for you, and then I'll get into why that could be one of the greatest shorting opportunities we've seen on the planet. Now, I firstly want to have a bit of a word before I do start, guys, don't place a trade based on what you see in this video. Trading is risky. Also, guys, if you do need some help, people have been asking, like, how do I actually apply for your coaching, John? If you go to getjohnshelp.com, or there should be that link in the description there, go to getjohnshelp.com. That's where you can apply to get access to my coaching, where sometimes you're with me, sometimes even for an hour or so per day, where I'm coaching you and guiding you through that. If you do need more hand holding, more guidance through all these markets, guys, then just make sure you go do that. Now, I want to start off with this video. Firstly, I want to start off with this video with a big, massive 10,000 foot view perspective for some people that I got a comment just recently, and I want to help them out. And the comment was that I'm looking to retire, right? So I'm looking to retire, and in fact, if I just bring up the actual comment that I saw, and then I'll be able to share this with you and hopefully guide some people down what I see coming down the path here. So let me just bring this here. So this here was a question that I got just recently here, okay? And hopefully I can provide some guidance through this here. So let's actually do this here. So he says here, great information on the best times to get into the market, but it's also hard to know when. And I want to start off with what he's talking about here. Is yesterday I did a video, and yesterday I talked about that if you're looking to know when should I be entering when are we likely to start that next really big move, right? Because right now we don't know, do we? If we do go through another move to the upside, is this going to be the last final leg before we start a complete 12-month collapse? Now, on the back of what I just said there, we do know a recession's coming. Right, we do know a recession is coming. So these are for people that have got, really large investments accounts, and you do know there's a recession coming. Now, I'm not saying sell all your stocks. I'm not telling you what to do, right? I'm not, sometimes it's best not to sell the stocks and just ride the wave. But what we do know, there's a recession coming, and we do know it's going to be a really big crash again. What I'm also saying here is this, right? Check this out. This is where it gets really, really, really cool. What I'm also saying is this, is that through history, and I'm trying to get you guys prepared and alert to take up to one of the greatest buying opportunities you're going to see in a long time, is this. Over the last 100 years of us going through the markets, we've seen this here, right? We've seen through 1930, 1974, 2000, all the big major crashes through here. 1987 wasn't here, but the really big crashes that last generally for a whole year, and then the whole year, and the market goes down roughly 40+%. Right, as you can see, 40+%. These really big ones, they get close to 50%, almost 50%, almost 50%. This one was just over 50% and so much more. As you can see, the best time to be buying something here, and I'm trying to, for people that have got a really large investment account, right? You got multiple millions of dollars in your investment account. I have a very large investment account myself, right? So I'm also taking care of this as well too. Now, this is for the stock market here, okay? I think there's some really good opportunities coming over the next 5 years for buy and hold in the gold mining sector, right? Again, I'm not telling you what to do there. I think the indexes are really good there. We're probably going to have a big pullback in the crash as well too. But I see on the other side of the recession, by the way, I think the beneficiary is going to be gold 10,000 after the big crashing out of gold, All right, this is a big picture here, guys. Right, not that, over the next couple of years, we're probably likely to see this play out. Okay, gold big crash, and then we see a reflation of 10,000 in gold, and then I believe the commodity sector, and even the gold mining sector, I would say the index especially, is going to see a massive rise. I think we're going to start to see incredible bull market. So that's what I'm seeing from that side of things, right? If you're looking to do something with that side of thing there. But looking at the actual stock market itself, if you're looking to buy into some stocks, here's the thing here, right? As you can see here, the few things is that whenever we start to get close to, if we start to get above 40%, you know we're very, very, very close. You can never time it, right? So you never want to say, oh, like, can I get the exact bottom? You never get it into, right? So if you get into the market here and the market drops another 10%, then you don't want to freak out, right? Especially if you got into 40% here and the market drops 10%, right? And that over 2 months, but then a year later, the market's up 50%. Do you see how this doesn't matter? That's the thing about investing in a crash, right? Even just recently, you saw the big drop in the markets. If you just got in, took your time, you would have done quite well. But as you can see through here, 1 to 2 years later, this is 3 years later, 90% growth, 100% growth. Now, this is the indexes here, right? Not good quality companies like, NVIDIA and, Facebook and or Meta, and, Google and, or maybe not Google, right? Google's probably going out of business because of ChatGPT. But I'm trying to share with you what I'm seeing here, right? We're probably likely to see this through here. So, and how we're getting very close to this coming into play is one, the percent drop. So it's the percentage drop of knowing when to get in. And then also they're probably going to do another QE package this time as well too, right? They're going to do the exact same thing. So to answer your question here, there's great information on the best times to get in the market, but it's hard to know when. And that's the big question there, right? And generally, once again, all this here, these big crashes generally take over a year to form. They take a few months to form the top. Then we have the big crash for about 12 months, and then then it takes a few months to form a bottom, and then we start the bull market. This is longer term investing, not short term trading. I know some traders, they get their knickers in a knot about 1 day, right? I said the market's gonna have a drop, and then the market doesn't do nothing, and they have to get knickers in a knot from there, right? So as you can see, that's what's going on from there to there. Now let's bring this back up to here. Those drops can take weeks or months or years to drop. Exactly, right? Exactly. That's what a recession is. But as you can see, if you're looking for the best time to get into the markets, now I'm not saying that there's probably really good buying opportunities right now, right? I'm just saying that if we're looking for a really good time to get in, we always see that the best time to get into the market is as we're going through the fear, right? We saw that just recently on the big crash, everyone fear, buying opportunity, right? So on and so. So for example, I'm an investor and retiring in 5 years. I'm 70-30 right now. I'm not sure why you 70-30. The thing is for you, why are you 70-30? I'm guessing you 70% bonds, 30% stocks, so maybe 70% stocks, 30% bonds. By the way, bonds right now, I hope you've been seeing Ray Dalio stuff. Anyway, I'm tempted to get out of the market right now. I got divorced in 2017 and lost all my money. I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get back enough to retire. I finally got up to 7 figures, and then obviously you got read more from there. So you guys get the point from that perspective from there. Actually, I'll give you guys an update. This is the update email from here. So, and then he also says on this email here. I finally got up to 7 figures again. Need to retire soon due to health issues. Would you suggest getting out now and waiting for the optimal time to buy? If we are in a pullback now, maybe time to sit out. This is where you got to be really careful, right? A pullback is just a short-term drop against the trend, right? So do not ever think, if you're an investor, you don't think, oh, the market's going to pull back, I'm going to get out. Like, no. Now, if the market's going to if this is forming a top right now and we're going to go through a complete collapse, then that's a different story, right? I mean, like a really big drop, now that's a different story, right? But do not ever mix investing up with, right? I'm very bullish on gold and gold mining stocks over the next 5 years. We're probably going to get a drop and then a big, massive move to the upside. You don't want to mix that with, oh, we're going to get a pullback. Because remember, a pullback is what? All a pullback really is just looking at this market here, is just the market go up, we get a pullback through here, and then the market go back up again, right? That's probably one of the big things through there when it comes down to, when it comes down to that process from there to there. Let me bring this back up here again. Let's go to zoom back in. Right, so that's what you want to do. You don't ever want to, as an investor, you don't care about the pullbacks because you're right. A pullback is just a big riding the trend, right? If the trend is going to continue, right? You are thinking we'll see a higher low soon. I don't know if that's going to happen, right? See, as a trader, I wait to see if it does form a higher low, and this is where trading, or if even in investing, looking at the markets, you see what the market does first, then we can respond to that. And what does that simply mean? Let me show you what that simply means, right? As a trader myself, because now this is for trading here, right? But as a trader myself, we need to wait to see if the market gives us a higher low, right? So the market goes up, then the market comes down. Is this going to be a higher low, or is this going to be another move to the downside through here? If it's not going to be a higher low, we didn't miss out, and then we didn't lose any money from there. Now, if it is going to be a higher low, we wait for that, right? Because if this is going to be a big upward trend, market go up, market go down, market will come back up. And as soon as we start to break above here and we've confirmed a higher low, this is now the best time to start to look for a trade. Again, investing is different, right? When you're investing, you want to buy things when they're getting absolutely just smashed, right? You buy when there's blood in the streets. So as an investor, you should have been buying heavy a month ago when there was so much fear. That's investing, right? That's where you want investing. Hence the reason why when there's going to be so much fear and when the recession comes, I'm trying to arm you with the right knowledge to say every time this happens, every time we get a 40 to 50% crash in the stock market, we end up getting and that they are the best times of the last 100 years, including the Great Depression. Now, the reason why I say you think we're going to get a higher low, I don't know if we're going to get a higher low. As a professional trader, I wait for it because here I'm just guessing. But if I get into here, then we can start to see something like that going on. And now I have a massive probability of riding the trend. Again, this is as a trader, not an investor. Okay, an investor is buying it when there's blood in the streets, and then going through this process from here, right? So it's a different level. Again, if you go to getjohntop.com, that's an application for my coaching program. I'll be able to speak to you a bit more about that, but you got to be able to decipher the difference, right? What you don't want to be, you don't want to be guessing. You want to have a proper game plan, right? A proper game plan about what to do. But how do you know we won't see a lower low? Exactly, right? Exactly. We may see a lower low, right? We may see a lower. So as a trader myself, we wait for the higher low. Now, an investor, that is the wrong approach. You're using short-term technical analysis swings to have investing mentality. That's not. If you want to be a trader where you're getting in and holding it for a couple of months or for a few weeks or maybe 2 or 3 months or whatever, maybe even 6 months, then yeah, that's more trading mentality, right? Investing is you're buying and holding it for many, many, many years. It's a different level approach there. And one of the biggest mistakes a lot of traders make is they start to mix them up. So there's a bit of information about what I see happening from there. And from there, all I say is this, is that we will go through a big crash soon. I don't know if we're going to go through another big final blow-off move here before we see that. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you got stops in place or protection, so buy put options or whatever, just to go down that path there, right? Just to protect yourself from that there. And so if it does happen, then you can see that from there. So always have a game plan with all your positions from that there. So again, from an investing point of view, investing, you don't get in and get out very short term. That's trading mentality, right? That's what a trading mentality is. But if you're looking for more buy term, for example, an example for me would be short term. I see the stock market having a drop here. Why? Because it's just how markets work. Up, down, right? So that's short term. That's what I see coming over the next few weeks. It's already starting right now, by the way, right? That's what I see short term. Now, that's the short term. I'm not going to trade that, because I don't know, is it going to go, you don't trade every single thing based off a short term movement, right? Now, the whole thing about the long-term investing for me is, okay, I'm going to buy, which by the way I do see, the GDXJ, right? Now the GDXJ has already made a 100% move in the last 12 months. This is one of the markets I'm really bullish here. So in the recession, we're probably going to get a bit of a drop, but I actually see over the next 5+ years, GDXJ being up here. Now, I didn't say it's going to go straight up. That's what you may think I've heard. I'm saying that, I don't know, it may drop here for 20, 30%, then do that, and then go back up. This here is an investing mentality because I'm really confident in seeing this, and I'm really confident seeing a $10,000 gold, but gold is probably going to go through a really big pullback. Yes. Gold will probably go through a really big pullback when the stock market crashes, gold is going to go through a big pullback as well too, right? So we're probably going to go to where we are right now. Okay, we're probably going to go to where we are right now. And if we do have one more push to the upside, or maybe the top's in, I don't know, right? When the market does start to form a top, we may push to the upside through here one more time. And then we see a big drop because this is when the recession's coming. When the recession comes, gold goes down as well too. But then I see a massive reflation. And this is where I'm going to be probably buying some more gold and the gold mining sector as well too. So I hope that really helps you out when it comes down to that point through there. Looking at that's more like buy again for you guys that have $1 million trading accounts or multi-million-dollar investment accounts, and you need a bit more hand holding maybe around the investment side of things, of thinking properly and how to spot these opportunities. But also maybe if you're just looking to do some trading opportunities, so you're trying to maybe try to generate some money this year and income this year, so you can use that as well too, mate. And that's what I do for myself. I have a trading account, but also have an investing account as well too. If you do need some help, guys, once again, and you're at that level, you need some hand holding, then just go to getjohnshelp.com. There should be that, I think it's the second or third link in the description, getjohnshelp.com. That's an application, and that's also a booking form to actually speak with me there. So let's go look at actually this here let's go look at the short-term analysis now on the stock market. And right now on the stock market, we are starting to get the tipping point. We are starting to get the tipping point is what? Look at that through there. It is game over now. Look at this here. We've completely now broken out of this trend line to the upside. Up, 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 up. And guess what's coming, guys? Guess what's coming? Right? We're going to start to do what? We're going to start to get something like that. We're going to get the gap closed real soon. Same for this as well too. Up, 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 up. Look what's been happening right now. We're right at that level right now. We're probably going to have another big down day tomorrow. Isn't that a quinky dink right before the long weekend? Okay. I'm actually short one stock right now, guys. And my goodness, my private clients know what this stock is. I'm not gonna talk about it much on YouTube. I don't really like to mention the trades that I'm in right now on YouTube. Again, that's the reason why my investing clients, and my inner circle clients invest so much money with me, because they get the insider source, right? So, but just rest assured that this setup here, even with the market going down, I know it's a shorting opportunity. This could be over the next 2 to 4 weeks, maybe a bit longer. My goodness, this could be a really, really massive profit for me. Could be my biggest profit I've had in many, many years. That's the way it's shaping up right now, because it's spent 10 years developing a massive head and shoulder formation. Anyway, so that's the NASDAQ through there. There's so many opportunities, right, guys? So many opportunities. And the same for the good old, that's that through there. And then and also this is the Dow Jones as well too. Dow Jones all the way through here, right? We had, that's actually probably through there, I would say. So we haven't actually broke it yet, but we're getting very, very, very close from that point through there. Also, guys, an update. What did I say? What did I say? Right, guys, I'm telling you right now, traders, this is the stuff. Like, you think this is good. I watch all markets, right? And what I share on YouTube, guys, is only about 10% of what I know, see, and do. The 90% goes to my inner circle members. And so if you want the insider scoop, like for example, platinum, but all these other things that I'm noticing and doing, then you need to join my coaching program. If you want, go to Get John's Help, okay, guys? I can't stress it enough. There's so many opportunities out there. But these YouTube videos, I like to coach you and guide you and give you a little bit of a taster, and really share a lot of stuff with you as well too, right? I watch all markets, guys. There's opportunities everywhere. The oil market, the energy market, the stock market, the individual stocks. I'm long one stock right now. I'm an individual stock. I'm long one right now. I'm actually short a stock right now. They're both amazing setups. we're starting to get a really beautiful breakout on platinum. And I mentioned this yesterday. Guys, here we go. And look at today already. Here we go. There's so many opportunities out there, guys. I'm telling you right now. And if you do not know what you're looking for and you haven't got the experience, you either one, can get the experience, or two, you can rely on someone like me who's had 20 years experience of seeing these patterns again and again and again to give you that 20-year shortcut from there. Right? So platinum, go platinum, baby, go. So what we're also seeing through here when it comes down to, with the gold market, guys, just understand what sort of phase we're in right now and don't get too excited, right? What do I mean by this? This is something that I really want to draw your attention to. There's different phases here, right? We have the energy using phase. So the energy using phase is when we go through the energy using phase, it's really strong. The market goes bam, 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 right? It's really, 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 really strong in a direction. Then what we see is whenever we go through this is the energy using, whenever we go through the energy building, it can be quite volatile. It does this on you, right? This is called an energy building phase. And then when it's finished, then we go through another energy using phase. The reason why I'm saying that is, look at this here. Energy using, energy building, volatile. Energy using, energy building, volatile. Energy using, energy building, volatile. Energy using, what are we going through right now? We're going through an energy building phase. And look at this, it's all volatile all through here. It's not going up, it's not going down. Stay away from these phases. This phase here, this phase here, this phase here, this phase here. Stay away from it. You want to be getting in as the market's starting one of these phases, because that's when the best trading opportunities are in the marketplace. Amazing stuff, right, guys? Amazing stuff. I'm telling you right now. And this is where understanding these things like this, guys, can supercharge your results when it comes to your own personal trading. Let's go look at oil. Oil is definitely still holding here, guys. I'm telling you right now, oil and its sister, which I'm about to show you in just a minute. Did you guys guess did you guys guess that stock at the start of the video? Did you guys guess it? Let's see if anyone got it for real, right? People probably wait for the end of the video, then they'll be like, "Oh, I knew it was this one, John." Anyway, so we're getting a pullback here. We're still holding below here. So looking at this level through here and looking at look at oil get completely rejected. Now, 52 moving average, trending down. Going sideways, trending down. If oil, which by the way is now in a downtrend, there was no trend now. If oil does, which probably will happen, down, and we break this low through here, guess where we're going? We're probably going to end up down the bottom here somewhere around the 40s levels on a short-term level basis. And maybe even a bit lower than up there, right? Big, look at this here. And by the way, talk about big, massive head and shoulder formation. Remember I said before, it's building up massively, right? By the way, I'm not actually in oil right now, just FYI. But massive up and massive down. That's huge, right? That is huge. And now we're developing this here. If it does break, guys, then there could be a really big move. Now, the market that I was referring to just a minute ago, and I'll show you what that is drumroll, baby, XLE. Did you guys get it? This is XLE. Look at this here. Now, what I said at the start of the video, and this is happening right now, right? This is happening right now. And what does that mean? This is happening in a result of, we are definitely getting this, especially all through there. We've just had this really big move to the upside through there, right? And you also can see how that really overall, there was this big resistance level through there, maybe even just a bit higher from there. But look at this here, it was squeezing up, and now look what's happened. We've just broken out to the downside. The market is talking to us, right? Do not be trading with your ego. What does that simply mean? If the market is starting to form, if the market goes from no trend, sideways, and starts to go lower high, lower low, lower high, and it starts to do that, if we break the 75 level, guys, here we go on the downside. And if this happens, as I said at the start of the video, if this happens, complete collapse coming.